Hi, I'm Phil Wilson and this is my Cannondale 29er Tandem. Now, I'll show you around it a little bit later, but first of all, let's see how it goes. I don't think anyone pretends that tandems are good for hardcore off-roading, so we're talking about forest trails, bridleways and tracks like this, the old railway line between Scarborough and Whitby. It's a fairly flat cinder track, courtesy of the old steam trains that used to run this route. But this is November, and there's plenty of mud and rough surfaces to really test a bike. It's a test our old Dawes Galaxy Twin tourer couldn't handle, but the Cannondale, well, this is what it's made for. The first thing you notice when you get on this tandem is the stability, but it's agile too, and the wide handlebars give you all the control you'll ever need. It's a far more upright seating position than I'm used to on the Galaxy Twin, and at 60 years old, the extra comfort is greatly appreciated. It's 16 miles from our house to Whitby, and it's gorgeous. And this bike is the perfect bike to enjoy it from. 90 minutes after setting off, Beckett's Cafe in Whitby, and the best cappuccino and cake for miles around. Suitably refreshed, we turn the bike round and set a leisurely pace back over the viaduct and onto one of our favourite picnic spots. After a trip like that, you'd expect the bike to be filthy, and you'd be right. The gritty cinders stick to everything. This really is no way to treat a good bike, so let's clean it up a bit and then take a closer look. A detailed spec of the standard machine can be found on the website of JD Tandems from Gargrave. But we did go for a few options. The first thing we did was replace the awful composite pedals, put mudguards on and fit a rear pannier. After much deliberation, because it's very expensive, we upgraded to a 30-speed XT and FireX chain set. But the easiest decision of all was to fit a suspension seat post, comfy saddle and raised handlebars for Jo. She's had years of back pain and now finds this bike to be the most comfortable she's ever ridden. Much of that comfort comes from the choice of tyres. Enough air to soak up the bumps, knobbly enough for good grip in the slippery stuff, but pretty damn good on the tarmac as well. In fact, that was another surprise, just how good the Cannondale Tandem 29er is on the road. On our regular all-road weekend routes, we're actually beating the times set on our admittedly very old Dawes Galaxy Twin tourer. We could hardly believe it, so I devised a very scientific test. I took both tandems to the top of a hill outside our house and let them roll down to the railway bridge without any pedalling. The Dawes did it in a shade over 28 seconds. The Cannondale Tandem lived up to its name and came in at a shade under 29 seconds. As a totally unrelated experiment, I also came down on a cheap mountain bike. 33 seconds, but it seemed a lot longer. So, how do we like our Cannondale Tandem 29er? Well, we like it a lot. It's a tough mountain bike that is almost as fast as a tourer. The huge hydraulic brakes are fantastic, and it's a very, very safe and comfortable bike for long day rides over mixed surfaces. Downsides? Well, we're too old to be hardcore mountain bikers, but the cinder track is very unforgiving, and the mud and grit gets everywhere. The ability to fit proper mudguards would at least offer some protection to the cables running under the frame. That's about it. We love this bike. It's all the bike you will ever need. We call it the Bat Bike, because if Batman and Robin had a tandem, this is exactly what it would look like. The Cannondale Tandem 29er.